Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in today. If you like what we do here and you want us to continue to pump out this great content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and turn on your ring notifications. And don't forget to follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, TikTok, and our episodes come out every Monday at 8 p.m. And before we head over to the podcast, I wanted to send out a big thank you to our sponsors. Are you looking to buy or sell your home this fall? Working with Alessandro Divino of Compass is the right move. Visit alessandrodivinohomes.com today and experience the difference of working with a realtor that puts you first. And by ASF Sports and Outdoors. Located at 1560 Post Road East in Westport, ASF Sports and Outdoors is your community hub for all your sporting goods. ASF Sports and Outdoors, expert advice every day. And congratulations to Gabriela De Brito of the girls Staples soccer team. Gabriela won for the PrepZone Student Athlete of the Month in September. Thank you so much for everyone that voted. We had over 2,000 votes, and Gabby came out on top. We'll be stopping by their practice to hand her the t-shirt and the gift card from ASF. Thank you, everyone. And now, let's head over to the podcast. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the PrepZone Podcast. Today is my privilege to have you the Staples Girls Volleyball team. I got with me Lucie, and I got with me Izzy, and I got Siobhan. How you ladies doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We're very excited to have you here. And they are part of the Staples volleyball team, girls volleyball team. Last year, you guys had a really good season. Lucie, let's talk about that a little bit. You made all the way to the state quarterfinals.
Yeah, I think we had a really strong team last year and also really diverse with our offense mostly. I think we had really strong outsides, right side, and middles, and they were all seniors, which was a blessing and a curse because now they're gone, and now we're kind of figuring out, okay, what's our new offense now? Like, what's our strategy? Because we did lose some big hitters last year, and I think that was our biggest accomplishment when it came to how we won games. It was our offense.
Yeah. And you know, Izzy, it seems like it happens with high school. You tend to almost like restart every year, right? Have returning players, but you always have to find your niche. How does that go in this season? You're 2-2. How have the games been so far?
Well, we lost all of our middles, even the middles that were coming up. So I used to hit outside, and now I'm hitting in the middle, which has definitely been an adjustment. And we have a lot of people who are going from pin to pin every game and, trying new positions. So that's really what we're building up right now, is kind of diversifying our offense in a time where things have been changing.
Yeah, and like I said, it happens, right? Every year with all high school sports, you seem to always start over, but not really, because you have some returning players, and you guys all being seniors, you experienced that. And Siobhan, how are the two games been? I know you guys are 2-2 so far. How are the games been so far? Can you walk through a little bit of how those 4 games have been?
Yeah, so we've definitely had quite the variety of games. We've had good ones. We've had some tough ones like Ward. It was quite a battle. We tried to come back set after set, but didn't really pull it together. But it was definitely a learning experience, and we came back and won in 5 against Weston, which was great. It was a lot of good competition, fun rallies, and it showed us that perseverance matters and that we are capable of doing it.
100%. And Lucie, what would you say is your biggest competition this year going into the season? Who are you looking for to play?
Biggest competition, Ward, we already have played Ward. They are a really strong team. We lost to them, but I think that game also, they played excellent, and I think, played a little down. I think if we gave more of a battle, there would have been more of a chance. But,
I agree.
Ward is so fun to play. They're great. So I'd say Ward, Darien, and Trumbull, I think. What do you guys think? Yeah.
And is it work? And walk me through a little bit of that, Izzy. I believe that if you play a team twice, only the second one counts towards the division standings. Is that correct?
Yeah. I'm actually not sure.
Yes. Yes, the Ward game was not counted in our division.
Okay.
Right, because I see that you guys are currently leading the division. You're 2-2, but you're 1-0
at their gym away.
Right. So it definitely the games are weighted a little bit differently because the division games counts a little bit more than the regular season, right?
Yeah.
And I think last year you guys made all the way to the quarters. I think you weren't ranked that high, but you surprised a few teams, right? So talk about that a little bit, how that went.
Conard, that was so fun.
Wild.
That was just such a game, playing in their gym. I've never even heard of Conard before we played them, and I think we all really did our homework that game.
For context, they were the 1 seed.
Yeah, they were the number 1 seed, so it was crazy, and we were somewhere in the 20s. It was such a fun game, but I think the whole team, we spent a lot of time watching film beforehand and preparing and running plays it was a great game. It was so much fun.
Yeah, and Siobhan, I've been following volleyball closely, and I know it's like when somebody gets to the gym, it's an extremely exciting sport because it's point by point, and I feel like especially like the blocks and the hits are like so powerful. Especially a block in the middle, nothing excites the crowd more than that.
Right, yeah,
right?
I agree.
And as you guys are playing and you're doing that, what is a play that like every time you do, and it's talk about doing plays, that really brings the best out of the team?
I would say like a clean kill, like just an outside middle, any hit really that just hits clean the floor. No one touches it from the other side. It's like,
especially if it comes from like an insane dig. So like Siobhan,
Yes.
Totally.
Siobhan digs like the other team slams it. Like it should have been a kill. Siobhan gets it up. I set it to the outside or set it to the middle, and it's a great hit. Like those are always thrilling.
Great.
like
And
huge
the
push
fun
momentum.
saves too, like people diving on the ground. That just brings the momentum. Just this energy that just really pushes our.
It's so great. Yeah, like I said, it's so great because the weather can be horrible outside. You're nice inside a comfortable gym, right? Everybody's having a good time and watching. And one thing that I noticed too a lot watching your games is that, and I'm speaking to someone who's not so familiar with volleyball. After every point, you guys kind of huddle in the middle, right? What is said during that point over there? Is it encouragement? Is it like get the next play? Can you, Lucie, can you talk to me about that? What is that said in that little huddle in the center?
I feel like it's quick. You really can't even get a full sentence in, but I mean, it's kind of all of the above. Like if after it's a really big point, then we won the point, it's like great hit, like great job. Like we're all like super hyped, like hyping each other up. If it was after a point where maybe we made a mistake, well, like I'll talk to my hitter, like how was that set? Was that set 2 inside? Was it like this? Or hey, that pass, like who's going to get that ball next time if it dropped between two people? Like just kind of quickly trying to get in as much information as possible and just being connected. Like if we didn't huddle in and we were all 6 feet apart at all times just on the court after every play, like we would not improve at all. It's like where we can grow. And then okay, next play, like that play's over, now what's next?
We always say reset.
Yeah,
like in our
reset.
huddles we go reset.
Reset, new
And,
point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. And I also want to talk a little bit about, ask you, Izzy, about preparation, right? You guys mentioned how you were prepared, you watching film. And sometimes you may think, well, volleyball is kind of like, I know it's not easy, it's not easy, but some can look and say, oh, you just kind of playing the ball around. There's a lot of preparation that goes into it. So talk us a little bit about how do you guys prepare for a game?
Well, I mean, we have practice every day. Part of it, I think a lot of it is the mentality, like having a really good practice before the game and being really focused. I think that's super important. I mean, for the big games, like in the championships and stuff, in the playoffs, we'll watch film and stuff like that. But I think a huge part of it is just mentality and in practice, kind of getting those plays down when we don't have another team like that we don't know playing against us, and just kind of we do like serve receive and stuff like that kind of to mimic what the game would actually be like, and we run through our rotations just making sure that we have the stuff that we can control on our side down.
And also like the hours before the game, the night before the game, like good sleep, like right an hour before the game, like an hour before the game our game starts, which is usually always 5:30, but it normally actually starts at 6. So we're all at the gym at 4:30, like suited up, like we're gonna start our warm up. We're gonna become a team an hour before, so that we're not just thrown onto the court at 5:30. Like we're getting warm. We're like communicating, talking about what the game's gonna be like being a team.
It's important. And you talked about a team. So Siobhan, I want to ask you. We talked early on about you guys mentioned how there was a lot of seniors last year, and you guys are seniors this year. How do you prepare the next generation? So you guys are seniors, this is your last year. So how do you prepare the team? And second follow-up to that is, are you guys senior heavy this year? A lot of sophomores, a lot of juniors. Talk to me about how the team is this year and how you prepare the team for next year.
So I believe we have 8 seniors this year, and we took 3 sophomores. And we have, I think, 6 juniors. Yeah.
But when it comes to how many are playing on the court, it's even. Yeah.
I see. So there's a lot of that. And how do you guys think about preparing for next year? So the follow up to that, how do you prepare? Do you guys kind of bring the young players along, and is there some coaching going on? Is you guys being captains? How does that work?
Yeah. Sorry. Lucie and I have both been playing at Northeast Volleyball Club for a while now, and they have great coaches there. We've just been taking piece and bits of great coaching advice that we've gotten, and if we see something that could be helpful to say to the underclassmen, we will totally give them that pointer, and hopefully they can make that change. And they're wonderful, wonderful girls and very coachable. They're getting better every day. And Shep's doing a great job.
And also, yeah, like putting the word out. Like, I mean, this summer, me and Siobhan, we organized open gyms for all incoming freshmen. And so one day was for all incoming freshmen, is twice a week. And then the next day it was for any returning Staples volleyball players, just to like get playing before the season starts. And like putting the word out on Instagram and using social media and just word of mouth. Like, hey, try out for the Staples volleyball team. Like all these new incoming freshmen. And now we have a great freshman team. Like Zrenda, the freshman coach, was saying that this is one of the best freshman teams she's ever seen in a while because one, I think, again, shout out to Northeast Volleyball Club. I think they're changing volleyball in Connecticut, and a lot of these incoming
I would agree with that, yes.
Yeah, a lot of these incoming freshmen have like played there, and they did clinics there over the summer. And I feel like we really just tried to put the word out there, like, hey, like, what are you gonna lose? Like, try out for volleyball. And I think all these girls are coming in with such a good attitude. And like today we did a joint practice with JV, and then freshmen took the gym. So it's like working with the younger players, like they're the next generation, because once we're gone, like the ball's in their hands. So yeah, like really working with all ages in the community.
Yeah, and a big shout out I'll give to you guys that, you know, me being a parent of volleyball player, I go to these tournaments and it's massive, right? I mean, the volleyball tournaments are held in huge convention centers. And you have 8,000 volleyball players at a weekend playing in Boston, for example. We went to that one. So it's crazy, right? I mean, so we know the sport's really growing. So now I want to shift a little bit and talk about, you know, you guys. So, Lucie, what's next for you after high school? What are you looking to do next year? Have you got a college in mind? Walk me through that a little bit.
So, well, when it comes to volleyball, I wish I could have played volleyball in college, but I've been playing volleyball for like 8 years. I started setting for my first 2 years of volleyball, and then for 5 years after that, I hit, and that caused a reoccurring shoulder injury that my body was just not built for hitting, because now I have a labrum tear now, and I have to get surgery. So now I'm back setting because I can't hit anymore, but I want to do as much as I can for the team. So I'm like, I'm going to be a setter now. So part of me wishes like maybe if I had stuck with setting, like who knows, like what my path would be for college, like, you know, because I've been playing all my life. Like I can't picture not playing anymore. But I think I do need to get surgery, and I want to get it as soon as possible while I'm young, while I can still heal. But when it comes to college, I mean, I'm mostly looking at like bigger-ish schools. Like, I don't know, I really want a wide variety of everything, like the sports, like the culture, the social life, the education, like everything. And I definitely want to play club when I'm in college, because I mean, I just love the sport so much. And when it comes to after college, if I could coach or do something with volleyball, like I would love to.
That's awesome. How about you, Izzy?
Well, I mean, I'm going down the college route, and I mean, playing in college was never an option for me. I started freshman year. I mean, I was a 2-year varsity player. Like, it was never really in the picture for me, but definitely trying out for club volleyball teams when I get to whatever school I end up at would definitely be something I'm interested in. I've already been doing some research on like the clubs at different schools and the kind of atmosphere that I'm looking for. And yeah.
That's awesome. Siobhan?
I'm going to take a gap year, and I've been begging Northeast to let me work there, but I can't until I'm 18, which will be next month. So as soon as I turn 18, I'm applying so I can still stay in the game.
That's awesome. So it looks like, I mean, volleyball is a big part of your life, and it's going to be for a long time, right? And I think that's so great. And when I look at Staples Athletics, right, Staples is a great school. I mean, it gives you guys a lot of resources to play and all that. And has the program changed from when you guys began here? And can you talk a little bit about that?
I think so.
I mean,
I agree completely.
My freshman year, I moved here. So not only was I looking at a new volleyball program, it was a new high school, completely new state. And I definitely think it's changed from when I was a freshman and was brought onto the team by Shep my freshman year. I think it was also weird. It was COVID. Our freshman year was COVID. So who knows? Obviously it changed a lot. But I think if it's changed definitely for the better when it comes to participation in Staples Girls Volleyball and trying to grow the what's it called? The program. Yeah, I think it's really taken a good path.
That's great. And it's funny you mentioned the COVID year, so I was looking it up. I think, weren't you guys like the tournament champions of COVID year or something like that? I thought that's what happened, right?
I do have an FCAC Champions 2020 sweatshirt
There you
from
go.
our pool that we were playing with like 4 teams. So
Yeah.
you could say we won FCX. We won a fourth of FCX.
There you go. Yeah.
You know what? We'll take the title. It's in
Yeah.
our bio.
Yeah.
Of course, right? And I think was it last year? I think you were all FCAC third team as well.
Sorry.
Last year you were FCAC third team as well, I believe.
Mhm.
Right. So that's so it looks like the program's on the right path. I mean, you
Yeah.
guys are growing and keep doing that. So I mean, it was such a pleasure having you guys here.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank
for
Yeah.
you.
having us.
So now we're gonna end up with we always do the podcast little quick hits. Okay. So I'm gonna ask a
excited.
question. We'll go down the line and we'll do it again. All right. So we start. Favorite Taylor Swift song.
Our song.
You Belong With Me.
Our song, not copying you, Lucie, I swear.
TikTok or Instagram.
TikTok.
Instagram.
Instagram.
Movies or Netflix.
Movies.
Movies. 100.
Movies.
Pizza or sushi.
Sushi.
Sush.
Pizza.
Math or English.
Math.
Math.
English.
Fiction or nonfiction.
Nonfiction.
Fiction.
Fiction.
CrossFit or yoga.
CrossFit.
Yoga.
Yoga.
Beach or sightseeing.
Beach.
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 Coolest thing in your room.
I need to think a little bit.
I have these nine of my favorite New Yorker covers hung up in my room. I love that magazine.
All right.
I have a chalkboard wall.
Very
I
cool.
have my pet bunny. His name's Salami.
One thing you can't live without.
I don't know if I should answer like my family or like an.
Yeah, I was gonna say like my family.
Well, I think the family standard. Give me like
Okay.
maybe an item or something
item.
that you do every day or that's like that.
my driver's license.
That's a good. I was gonna say my car maybe.
Car.
My car.
Little
Music.
elf in your car.
Oh, music.
Yeah,
Oh,
all
that's-
right.
Today we had to practice without music.
Oh, it was the
torturous.
vibes were the
Torturous.
same.
Yeah.
All right. If you could have lunch with any historical figure, who would it be?
Probably.
There's so many to choose from.
There's so many. Probably Abigail Adams.
Gail Adams.
Thinking.
Hmm.
I'm gonna get an answer. I just need to think. About it.
Think about it. It is interesting, right? Because when you think about it, like who would if you had that one person, right? I mean, Abigail Adams is a great one.
And there's so many times. There's just so
There's
many.
just
time
so
periods.
many. There's
Yeah,
so
so
many people over
so
the
many- Because it always depends on what you like, right? What's you're really into at the moment, right? So if it's a book, it might be the author. If it's music, it might be the same. So you just never know.
I mean, I would just say just someone like brilliant, like Albert Einstein.
Good one.
Probably because I'm learning about him right now, Frederick Douglass. He's just such an interesting guy.
For sure. And last one, if you could change one thing about the world, what would that be?
Where do we even start? There's just
I would want to take away like war and controversy and just disagreement. I mean, that's unrealistic. You can't fully take away disagreement, but I think more peace.
if I could, I mean inequality, just in general, whether that's gender, race.
I agree. Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah, it is because when you look at all this stuff, right? I mean, go back to John Lennon, right? Imagine everyone be living in peace and how
I
great
know.
that would be, right?
Yeah.
Well, ladies, again, thank you so much for being
Thank
here. It was
you
a
for
pleasure
having
having
me.
Thank
you.
you
Okay.
so much for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.